Hey guys, 37 here from Gearton, and this is Samsung's new flagship. Well, one of the three models they released for the S series, and today we're checking out the S20 Plus 5G. Before the video starts, smash that like button, go subscribe to the channel and turn on the notification bell so that you stay updated with our future videos. Leave the comment down below if you guys want us to cover any product or for suggestions to improve our work. By the way, this video is not sponsored by any brands or product you see in the video, so you bet this is 100% real and unbiased review. One thing I need to mention right up at the start is that this and S20, they both have identical internals except the display size, battery, and the millimeter wave 5G connection. Everything said in this video does apply to the Galaxy S20 as well. This is Samsung's answer toward iPhone 11 Pro series. If you guys watched Trash Unboxing Iqbal did about this device, then you probably know that he's quite upset for Samsung to miss S11 to S19 and straight jump to number 20. Well, I like the naming that they match with the year itself, 2020, Samsung Galaxy S20. The synergy of these components make a good smartphone. Display, battery, performance, camera, and the software. The S20 Plus comes with 6.7-inch wide Quad HD display and 120Hz refresh rate. And honestly, it does not even feel that big in my hand. And there's a punch-hole camera right up in the middle of the screen on the top, which is significantly smaller compared to last year's model. S20 series is the first flagship to offer 120Hz refresh rate. Yes, I know you guys are gonna say, how about the Asus ROG Phone 2 and the Razer Phone 2? Well, they do provide in their flagship, but they are targeted towards a niche market, especially towards the gamer. While in contrast, the S series is targeted for the average consumer. There are a few caveats with higher refresh rate for ones who cannot enjoy the smooth scrolling and gaming with 1440p resolution, which is a bummer. By default, the phone's refresh rate is set to 60Hz out of the box, and if you want to enjoy a higher refresh rate, you are sacrificing the screen resolution. For me, I don't mind 1080p in favor of those smooth transitions. I think the reason to keep the resolution lower is not as limitation set by the processor, but rather it's something disabled by Samsung to preserve more battery while using your phone day to day. Refresh rate aside, overall screen quality is absolutely perfect, with deep blacks, vibrant colors, and great viewing angles. And yet again, Samsung kept on enhancing and perfect one thing they never mess up with, and which is their display. If you end up owning this phone, trust me, you'll be pleased to play games, binge watch Friends show over and over again on Netflix, and scroll Instagram for hours. Oh, before I forget, this phone comes with the ultrasonic fingerprint sensor from previous generation, which works fine, but I still prefer the one on the back of the phone. I don't know, it's just me. The S20 Plus packs a massive 4500 mAh battery. This is surprisingly a trend with the flagship device nowadays. Just like every other flagship that comes with a higher refresh rate and a 5G tech in them. Although, we are so far behind from achieving the truly 5G connection worldwide. On average, this phone gave me about 4.5 to 5 hours screen on time, which is reasonable given that I had 120Hz refresh rate on throughout the review process. But there were times when I had to cut it down to 60Hz just so that I can get through those critical moments when I know it'll be an hour or two before I get connected to a charger. Charging is a great thing about this phone, which comes with 25-watt fast charging through USB Type-C, which comes in the box. And to get to 0 to 100, it takes about an hour, which is a pass for me, given that you can use this phone at 120Hz on absolutely always. This phone is pure performance. Samsung kept one thing same across all different devices, the Snapdragon 865 and 12GB RAM, unless you opt in for Ultra with a 16GB, which if possible, I would love to review it. Samsung flagships comes with two different chipsets around the world, Snapdragon for North America and Exynos for the rest of the world. The model I have with me right now comes with 128GB UFS 3.0 storage, 12GB LPDDR5 RAM, and gaming and graphics is controlled by Adreno 650 graphics. Daily tasks like taking photos, social media scrolling, emailing, watching YouTube, and playing some games is a breeze. Multitasking is not even an issue for this guy, to the point it shoots 8K videos without any hiccup. This one is the most significant update coming from the previous iteration. At the back you will find a black slab which protrudes out so much that it wobbles when lied flat on the tabletop. Even a deep brand skin won't be able to fix it. That's why I love to keep a case on it. It comes with the 4 cameras, the primary wide 12 megapixel f1.8 lens with OIS, the 64 megapixel telephoto f2.0 lens which has OIS and ability to shoot 3 times optical zoom, 12 megapixel ultra wide f2.2 lens which is used for super steady videos, and finally there's a 0.3 megapixel time-of-flight camera for depth sensing. The photo outcome from the camera is good but not their best. Most of the time the photos are oversaturated or colors are punchy. There are several modes, some are great, others are just gimmicky. This phone does have portrait mode, Samsung named it live focus, and honestly it does the job but not as significantly as Pixel's able to do it. Pro mode for photos and videos is available too, to shoot raw content and gives you the ability to control settings manually. Before this, I have never even tried super slow motion until this time at Lynn Canyon, and damn, I'm impressed by the results. The phone is capable of shooting 8K videos in which is done with 64 megapixel lens, not from the primary 12 megapixel wide lens. S20 is one of the first flagship to offer 8 megapixel shooting option to the masses. The moment you turn on the 8 megapixel video option, it takes away the steady shot feature, and 8K video shooting is good and all, but it does punch in the viewfinder. And it has a long way to go and become a default norm on flagship phones. At least something is better than nothing. The camera department is not all success and flawless. I'm not sure if this happened with other reviewers out there for MKBHD, Unbox Therapy, and your average consumer, but this happened with my model. They did not mention it at all, but I was lucky enough to capture that issue happening to my model, where in the middle of shooting the camera app crashes. It was frustrating and it happened several times. Something new I noticed in this phone is that Samsung has implemented switching front and back camera with the double press of the power button, instead of swiping up and down or clicking the camera swap button to take selfies. The front 10 megapixel punch hole camera takes good photos, not the best one you would expect to come out of from a Pixel series or from iPhones. The outcome varies from light environment, and photos are slightly warmer and softer. We had this phone with us to the short trip we did to Lynn Canyon Park in North Vancouver to test the phone and put it through its paces. The S20 Plus takes excellent photos, but sometimes the camera gets in the way and makes the image tuned and unnatural. For example, oversaturation and smoothened out. But if you take the time to go to Pro mode, most of these problems can be solved by turning on and off some settings. This is if you want more natural and detailed photos. This phone runs Android 10.0 with One UI 2.0 on top. I never loved TouchWiz UI. For me, it was the only thing that made Samsung phones from the past utterly unpleasant. Samsung did change the UX with a better streamlined One UI, but even after version 2.0, I still do not feel that level of comfort using it. Oh, mind you, I've used Xiaomi phones for an extended period over time. Even recently used Huawei phone equipped with EMUI, and I didn't mind that either. The design wise, this phone is excellent, and we all know Samsung is one of the best Android phone makers, but there is no synergy between the One UX and the design of the phone. I at times wish it comes with a pure stock Android UI, which you would normally get from a Pixel phone. This phone is unofficially that baseline for how Android's flagship need to look, feel, and have features. There are few welcoming changes Samsung made, like removal of the Bixby button, but now it lives in the power button. If you want to turn off the phone or even want to restart the phone, long pressing the power button wakes up the Bixby. This feature feels like taken straight out of iPhones. To turn off the phone, you have to press power and the volume down at the same time to do so. Note 10 represented Samsung's first attempt to remove the headphone jack, but finally it is removed from the S series. With this move, Samsung has officially embraced the world of wireless. What do you guys think about Samsung's move to finally take off the headphone jack from its flagship series? Let me know in the comments down below. On the edge features are present on the phone and I love it. Another welcoming feature is that Samsung lessened the size of the edge to make it flatter screened phone. My verdicts: if you're looking for the flagship Android that people know, then there's no better option than this one. So you can either choose S20 or S20 Plus. Either way, you're getting the same yet many improved features compared to last year's model. Let's run down if this is the benchmark Android of 2020. UFS 3.0 storage, check. 12GB LPDDR5 RAM, check. Multiple cameras, check. Glass and aluminium build, check. Water resistance, check. Fast wireless charging, check. Fast wired charging, check. Bigger screen, check. Big battery, check. Great speaker, check. 8K video recording, check. Ability to expand storage up to 1TB using SD card, check. This phone does a lot of things right with a little nitpicking at this point. The S20 series starts at $999 and the S20 Plus starts at $1199, which is $200 more for a bigger screen, bigger battery life, and the millimeter wave 5G connection. For everyone who's looking to grab this phone, the link would be down in the description below, which would help us and our channel as well. That's it for now. Hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel for the more content like this. Until next time, it's me, Harper Dutton. Peace. That's too much.